This is episode 6 of the Night Show podcast with special guest SunRise the Divine. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Good to go, man. Hey, thanks for agreeing to do this, man.
Oh yeah, no
Straight
doubt,
up.
man. Thanks
Straight
for
up.
having me, bro.
I appreciate you, man. It was good seeing you perform for the first time at the Zen and Kush.
Yeah, man. It was really nice to perform there, man.
Yeah.
The venue is nice, the vibes is right, like
Yeah, man. Like,
just the whole community in itself, you know. I was
Yeah.
blessed. I felt blessed.
yeah,
you
man.
know?
Likewise, man. Like, I had never been in a room filled with so many people that
Yeah.
that shared the same energy,
Right.
like that in a positive way. Obviously, you can go to a bar or a club,
Right.
and get folks out there with the same intent, but it's
It's just like a real pure energy in there. It's
Yeah.
like it creates its own little
yeah,
bubble,
man.
you know.
Little microcosm we
Yeah.
sitting there living in, man.
Right.
It was beautiful. Yeah, man. But shoot, I was listening to your music, and listened to it since we talked after the show,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, okay, I like this. And you
Okay.
showed me the sample what you were working on earlier.
Yeah, I
I was like,
showed
oh,
you
this
a
is
little
dope.
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, man. Like, I really been working lately. I've been writing a lot of music. I just been trying to push myself to see how creative I can get. You know how much content. I really been telling myself I want to create more content. You know, I've always got a lot created, but now just like kind of push the pedal down. You know, hit
Yeah.
go mode and
Yeah.
So I got a lot of stuff I'm ready to release. Right now I currently got Medicated on my SoundCloud, but I got a lot more that I'm going to drop here pretty soon.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I've just been grinding, you know, just doing it. I love it. It's what I love to do, you know. I love to write music. I've been doing this since I was little, man. Like,
That long?
yeah, since I was like 7, man.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That's
so
dope.
I was doing it when I wasn't even thinking about money. You know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah.
When it was fun. Like, I was just writing, you know, so
Yeah.
just trying to keep that aspect in it, you know, having that same fun with it, you know.
Yeah. I think that's what a lot of people search for in life is, they say if like, you do what you love and you never have to go to work for the rest of your life.
Right.
Yeah, man, that's a real thing, especially
real.
like being able to be a creator, like finding something that you can create,
Yeah.
and then make it, then tuning yourself and doing the work that you need to do to get to the level that you're trying to aspire to, man. So
Yeah, just pushing yourself,
Yeah.
you know, like overcoming limits, you know, putting yourself through various pressures, you know, just
Yeah.
growing, you know, in all forms, ways,
Yeah.
shapes.
I like how you said putting yourself through different pressures. There's like an old quote, and I think the most recent use of it I can remember is on Big Sean's album. He
Yeah.
says pressure makes diamonds.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
that's real. Like, everything that's uncomfortable helps you grow.
Yeah,
like,
man.
straight up, like, if it's uncomfortable, it's going to help you grow.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people get caught up because they think like being in that uncomfortability is like a punishment for something.
Yeah, like, no, there is no punishment, you know.
Yeah.
It's just lessons and experiences, you know.
That's it.
It's like most of the time problems just be your perception,
Yeah.
you know, just the way you're looking at what you're going through.
Yeah.
And then most of the time, whatever you're going through, like in the present moment, you know, there is no
Yeah.
problem. Like,
Yeah.
even if something is going on, like
Yeah.
in that moment, like if you escape to the now, like you're straight. Like,
Yeah.
you're not even worried about past, future.
Yeah. But like so many people get caught up. It's like how people have like their sports teams,
Yeah.
and they're like, I'm a Niners fan, I'm a Dodgers fan.
Yeah.
They do that with their trauma sometimes.
Yeah.
They do that with their pain. You know what I'm saying?
Dang.
I'm this, and then that's like they self-identify for like the rest of their life.
Yeah, and they giving it life.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy thing about it. Like, so all of everything outside is just what's a projection of what's inside. So it's like, if we keep on focusing on what we, like you said, like I'm a 49ers fan, whatever, they with their pain, they do that same thing. They're just like fueling it, you know, just like keeping it alive. So it's like, the trick is to kind of like see and feel what you want regardless of what's actually happening, you know, because it's like matching the vibe, you know. You got to kind of, once you project it, it's going to come back to you, you know. Don't get too caught up on what's happening. I mean, of course, you got to stay present, but if you don't enjoy the situation, you know, if you get caught up on not enjoying it, you're just going to keep bouncing that back. It's just going to keep coming back to you. Yeah. If you're focusing on it and complaining about it. And, you know, a lot of people, like, they really fuel their, you know, their dislikes, you know, talk about it on a daily, you know. But I feel like people changing, you know, getting more positive, especially like from events like Zen and Kush, and man, it's just like brings you hope. Like you're like, wow, it is people that think like this.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, if I want to interact or find a community, I don't have to be doing like all these like negative or like deleterious things that could be harming myself or something that I'm not even really with, but like it's kind of like following the crowd. It's like you'd rather be out with people you don't want to be with or you don't necessarily identify with just to not be alone.
Right.
But that's even feeling the loneliness even more.
That is feeling the loneliness, because then you there like, man, I am not
not feeling this at all.
This is not popping. But yeah, that's real, man. That's real.
Yeah.
That's really real.
Yeah, but with like venues and events like the Zen and Kush, like that provides like a refuge for people who want that brightness, want that light.
Right. Yeah. It's almost like we need a lot more of types of things and gatherings and events like that to just really make it happen more, so that way we like actually get to know and like be the community that we wish to see.
Exactly.
You know, bringing all of us together, and everybody in a sense. When I say us, just like everybody who's, I guess, wanting the same change we all want.
Right.
In the sense of like, I guess just saying having the love. You know what I mean? It seemed like a lot of society lacked love in the past, but I feel like that's changing.
Yeah.
You know?
I think a lot of it is folks realizing that you need self-love.
Yeah.
Before you even go out and think that you're going to find love in the world.
Right.
You know?
You really do. You got to fill yourself up with love. And you got to be okay with just you. Yeah. Because ain't nobody before in the past, a lot of us, we looking for that in other people, and that's...
No, man. Like we said, even going to the club, like with people, then you don't want to be there. You're just digging yourself deeper down in that pit of loneliness. You know?
And it's crazy too. That's actually happened. I've been to the club a couple times and been like, dang, I just don't like this how I used to. Like,
right. It's just no.
Yeah, like back in the day, like I'm just hella old. Years ago when I used to really, I mean, I still step out, you know.
Right.
Back, like when I was younger, like 18, 19, that was like fun. I was like, yeah, I'm about to go out and da-da-da-da.
Right.
But now it's just not the same, you know. But hey, it's transforming, you know. Yeah. Just like this.
Turn your mic a little bit. Like just rotate it.
Rotate it up a little bit.
Rotate it up. Just make sure I think it's getting a little interference from the shirt.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
I hope that whole thing was...
No. You heard it, but it's just like it was rubbing against your shirt.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it sounds better. But yeah, it's just transforming, you know, things to do for fun, you know. Like we create, you know, we met through something like that, and now we creating this, you know, and co-creating.
This goes up, and then like it just exists, and it's there. So if anybody wants to see some material from you, like, boom.
It's crazy. It's crazy to think about, like, everything that we're doing. Like, our generation is so different from like our parents' generation and everything, because everything that we're doing is like recorded, like things we don't even think about, like MySpace days. You know how much content we put on MySpace back when we was younger, and not even think about that now. All that content is just on the internet somewhere. It's not just gone. Like
it's on some server,
it's somewhere
out there.
Yeah.
Waiting to be found out by like our grandkids.
Right.
Like, this is you with your shirt off.
Right, for real.
Bottles.
And it's like
different time. It was a different time.
it was a different time. At the top 8,
Oh man, at the top 8 though.
Yeah,
man.
You really be checking people's stats. Like, nah, they kind of left me hanging this week.
Relationships have ended off of MySpace, and it's so funny to look back and then, like, when Facebook or whatever fades away, it's just like, dang man, folks used to really be tripping off this stuff, man.
For real, like it was the real deal. Man, that's interesting though to think about. Like, I think also when it gets to that type of time period, like in the future or whatever, like I feel like a lot of change is going to have happened in the sense of what we're experiencing now. I feel like what we're experiencing now is just like the beginning,
It definitely feels like wherever I go, East Coast, West Coast, overseas, wherever it is, the vibe completely has changed.
Yeah.
Like, people are just aware. They just need something to, like, push them.
Yeah.
I'm saying they just need something to push, like, and if you are the content creator, if you're the content creator and then, like, you create these events and then these people gather because they're, like, looking for that like-mindedness.
Yeah.
Oh, man, they're going to be so thankful.
Hey, I feel like everybody was very thankful and appreciate. Like, because that vibe it seems like everybody kept bouncing that vibe back and forth off of each other. Like, man, and it's great to feel that. It's like uplifting each other, you know?
1,000%. 1,000%.
In a sense, and we can all do that in this whole world. Like, it could be that in the whole world, you know? I feel like it's getting closer, step by step.
Yeah,
in due time, in divine timing.
Yeah, the uncomfortability that we're feeling, like, as this process goes, is just necessary. See, regardless what it is, you can't, like, the whole, the cocoon to the butterfly, the whole metamorphosis has to happen, and this whole renaissance is going on right now.
It really is.
We're, like, in it, watching it, and then participating in it.
We're like writing it and doing it and living it, like you said.
Just pushing it forward. It's like a baton race, you know what I'm saying? It's like a relay race, and we just, like, carrying it, like, forward, taking us further down the track until we get to the point where it's like, boom, this is it.
Yeah, no, for real, like, it's so dope, like, to think about it. I remember when I first heard that term about, like, we're in the new renaissance and we're, like, the creators of it. And it's like, that's really so true. Like, we are the ones who are doing it. You know what I mean? And like you said, just to see it push through, and it's amazing, man. It's like, what a time to be alive, like they say.
Yeah, seriously, man. And it's just like, it's irrespective of age or, gender or whatever. Like, everybody who's got that vibe, everybody's got that energy.
Yeah.
We find each other. We seek each other out.
We really are. It's like,
it's
magnets.
just boom. It's boom. It's just literally, it's magic. Like, what we're doing. Like, it's
in
magic.
the most literal
beautiful.
form.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it is really beautiful though. Like, we really just creating the world we want.
Yeah.
The world we wish to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to us to do it because nobody else is going to do it. If we sit around and wait for somebody to show up.
We can't wait for nobody, especially if we all feel the same way,
Yeah, and we got to be that, we got to be that change in the world that we want to see. And, like, these events, these podcasts you're doing, your album that you're doing, the movies that are coming out. Like, I mean, the positivity I've seen, like, with the whole, like, Black Panther thing, and people can be like, oh, you're still giving money to this, and, like, it's like, but, like, people seeing themselves, like, that's a different type of currency,
right?
Because it's almost like selling love in a way, because it's like, sometimes in our society we feel as if we need permission to love ourselves, but this is kind of giving people agency and autonomy to be like, hey, man, like, these cats can do it. Even like the dude, what's his name, Ryan Coogler, the director. He's 31. He's from Oakland.
Yeah. I heard about that. Yeah, he's young.
He's 31 years old. You had, like, a little bit less than $200 million budget, and now you've made a $1 billion movie.
Yeah, that's. I think people should just let it be. A lot of people got judgments about it, whatever. Just let it be what it is. Enjoy it. Sometimes I feel like we get, like, a little too deep into it. I mean, of course we can all have our opinions.
Of course,
at the same time, like you said, it's like people seeing themselves. It's like just let it be. You know what I mean? Just
let it be. Like it's not destroying.
Yeah.
Or if anything, it's creating more love, or even building a conversation between people that probably would never have happened unless they had some type of visual display to be like, wow, I've never thought that I could see something like that.
Yeah.
And for some people, it's like, I've been waiting to see something
right.
just like this.
Yeah, for real. Some people, I know I have.
Yeah, that Afro-futurism, that look, like that's
that
dope.
movie was dope. I liked the movie.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it, man. And like, you saw like that whole Afro-futuristic thing has been like a theme for a while, like the old school like bands like SunRise and Africa
Bambaataa.
And all like the older hip hop guys, like they would dress in like that whole comedic garb. And, like, had the symbology
They had it all in their stuff too.
And they had it in the jazz music.
Right.
And, like, those cats from back in the day, like they were with it, on it, without there being the internet. Where you could be like,
without the.
It's like, oh, what is this? They didn't. Jokers had to go to the library.
Right.
And like find specific libraries, go to universities, and actually like had to like be at meetings.
It wasn't at their fingertips like how we have everything at our fingertips.
Yeah, man. Especially now, it's like it's so hard to like hide the truth.
Yeah, no, it's in your it's in your face.
Yeah.
It's in, you're ignoring it if you don't see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're ignoring it if you don't see it flat out because it's just everywhere. But yes, it's amazing thinking about them because they were definitely tapped in their music. You know, the love was really present. That's what you like when you listen to their music. Like you can sense it. You know, you can feel it, and I think it's dope though because it seems like every time period there is that. You know, because as the ages have gone on, there have still been like you can go to every time period and see some people's music who's pretty. Saying some stuff like even to deal with like the comedic stuff or like Egypt or everything like but definitely now I see an acceleration of like the truth just being out there and known like more mainstream you know like for sure
like mainstream to a point where it's never been like you don't hear people talking about it like so open the amount of people talking about it openly now just like whoa, and then you got the younger generation now that's looking back, and now they're seeing like all those doctors that were like really up in the 70s and 80s, like in the like early 90s, like early 2000s, and they've been doing it for like decades. Yeah, and it's like, oh, they've known about this for this long, and it's just like, wow, like I can't keep living or believing certain things anymore because now it's like this person's giving me all this information, right? And I can't just like discount it just so I can feel comfortable.
Yeah, no. People are definitely, especially the younger generations, that's what I think is really important too, that we continue to talk and do things like this, you know, especially to the youth because that's what really matters. You know, everybody matters. You know what I mean? Everybody matters. But older generational people, they're like... Older generational people are, we already see the way they had things, right? Like, we already seen, like, we're all not with it. Like, I've talked to so many people in just the younger generations, and it seems like we're all not with it. I'm like, hold on. If we all not with it, we about to take the baton and run in the world. So we don't have to do this what they did, basically. We can do something different and teach these people under us different. You know what I mean? Right. All the things that we want, we can teach them. You know, all the things we wish our parents would have taught us. We can't even be mad at our parents because it's not like they purposely didn't teach. It's just it wasn't out there like that.
They were birthed into a world and they just got handed the card that they got dealt, and like this is what we had to do.
Domino effect.
And it's still like it is just passing that baton down. It's just passing it down. So this is just a natural evolution of things. Just to go.
And so it's like, man, it's time for us to take the baton and be making world decisions and land like on the grander scale of everything. You know, we getting older. Our generation is getting older to the point of running running the world type shit. So definitely. I feel like it's funny because I feel like our generation is a bunch of like grown like kids too.
Yeah, straight up, man. Like we still, we still like to play, mess around. If Knuck If You Buck comes on, we still get a little little flashback, like oh. But like we out here like running for Congress, running for like city government positions, like making like directing $1 billion movies, like just being able to do like insane stuff, like it's just open up yoga studios, and meditation studios, and like all this other stuff, and like we're so more, like you said, so more connected because of just all the information that's out there and that's available. And now you can't turn that faucet off, man.
You can't. It's overflowing. There is no stopping it now.
No, there's no stopping it at this point, man. And there's no need to stop it.
There is no need.
All people are trying to do is get all of us to love each other more and love ourselves.
Love ourselves more. Facts. Yeah. Because that's really just the cure to it all. Like, for real, that self-love. It's already happening. We're seeing it. It's just regurgitating back and forth. I don't even say regurgitating, but bouncing back and forth between another. That's all that's all people need, Most of the play, like, we're doing like a big, like you said, like the cocooning period. It's like healing, A lot of people healing. A lot of stuff is coming up. A lot of us got a lot to heal. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Not even realizing it. I think for a lot of us, we don't realize what the problem is.
Right. And that's even a work in the first problem, to tap into yourself, or to spend time with yourself to understand what the problem is. Yeah. That's like even the first step. Yeah. You got to figure out what kind of stuff you got to heal and get out. What kind of traumas you didn't shove down and locked away. Right. But it's just like we're all doing that now, and it's like erupting. But I feel like it's just gonna smooth out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and I think if this generation that's coming up now can understand that, be able to forgive yourself for stuff, especially the things you couldn't, you had no
control over.
Yeah, have no control over, like the childhood trauma stuff. Yeah, like, you're a kid.
You can't.
Like you can't blame yourself or hold yourself accountable for something that you were just. Like either it was imposed upon you. Right.
You're just riding a wave. You don't have no control. You're not now where you got options to do whatever you want. Exactly. You know what I mean? You was living under your guardian, your parent, whatever. You know what I mean? You didn't have no options but to do whatever you was told, you know?
But now you got to a point where you're older. You can take the time to be by yourself, reflect, pull out that baggage, that weight that's been holding you down. And then once you identify it, figure out how to attack it.
Right. Yeah. No, really, the time alone is really important. The isolation, where what's that saying? Like, elevation requires isolation. That's so deep.
That's real.
Like,
that's real.
Like, it's crazy to the most extent. Like, I don't even kick it with like a whole bunch of people all the time. You know what I mean? But even when there's times where I don't kick it with one of the main homies, you know what I mean? Like the people I do kick it with, when there's times like a week or so when I'm just literally just me, like I ain't kicked it with nobody, maybe just work or whatever. Like I've noticed even growth in that, and just that isolation to itself. Like, and I don't even be around a lot of people, you know what I mean? So it's like, that's really real, like spending time with yourself, learning yourself, knowing exactly who you are and what you stand for and what you are about, and all of that is just so important, you know?
Yeah, man. Like I've heard people successful, or however you want to like gauge that or whatever, or grade that. Like successful folks sitting there saying like, especially like when it comes to like technology, sometimes it's like you're giving somebody the permission to just impose their will on you. Every time you pick up that phone, like you're automatically getting into a responsive mode where you gotta like, oh, what's this email? Like, oh, somebody sent me a notification. I got a notification. Yes, I got a notification for that. Yeah. And it's like you're by yourself sometimes, and it seems like you're doing but you're completely giving your attention and your energy to whatever that is. Yeah. So I mean, like definitely like getting in some darkness and just going out in nature by yourself. You can just observing and just allowing the environment around you, just being back in nature versus being like in these little cities that we have out
these
here.
Cities, these squares, these like boxes.
Yeah, these little boxes that we live in.
Hella boxes. Being in nature is really important. I love spending time out in nature, man. Going to the parks and everything, and I always make sure I get to spend time, because it really like keeps you sane. Like really, like
Oh,
if you
1000%.
get like you start seeing too many of these white walls all day, every day, whatever. It really
false light,
subconsciously,
like, all day,
the
like,
false light. You gotta get some sun, some
Yeah.
breathe the fresh air. I mean the air that's out here, you know, it's alright. It's not the
It's better
I don't
than
want
it
to
used
say
to be back in the
fresh.
day, but it's not. LA air ain't the best.
Yeah, but
Not with 17 million people like traversing around all day.
But still, it's better to get outside than to stay inside and you're stuffed up.
Definitely.
You know. But yeah, nature is what's up, and it's nice because the beach is out here too. You know.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
I love the beach, man.
I can't get enough of it.
I'm all about the water.
Yeah, I can't live. I don't think I can live anywhere that's like too far from like large bodies of water.
Yeah.
I get depressed.
Man, I love it. I love it. I can see that because it's nice. It's just like a whole different world, a whole different vibe.
Yeah, man.
By the beach and by the water and the sand. Man.
It is like its own. It seems like alien, which 1000% is like it feels that way too because it's like. You get out in the open water, and you realize like, hey, you know, this goes 2 miles down.
Right.
Like, what?
2 miles.
This goes like, 2 miles down, and like, what you talking about, man? Used to live out in Guam like a couple years ago.
Okay.
And we'd be out there in the Marianas Trench.
Yeah.
Like, deepest point, whatever they measured so far, and like they took that submarine down there, and
Yeah.
did the whole Challenger Deep thing.
Oh, you was in the submarine?
No. So like my job, we met what's the dude's name, Kirk Cameron or whatever.
Yeah.
And like we were looking at the submarine and whatever, and I'm like this big green thing, this, that, and the other, and they had like this huge, like HD, like because it was like one of the first movies to be filmed in 4K.
Okay.
So they had like all these super deluxe high tech stuff, and it was like watching it go down. I'm like, it's still going. Like you still going
like for some minutes.
Yeah, like it's going. It's like, you know, I can't forget how long it takes for him to get down, but then you realize like he's going 2 miles down, and every 33 feet is like 1 atmosphere of pressure.
Oh.
So it's like
he's dropping
like
levels
the
of
amount
pressure.
of pressure that's
Like,
on here is like, oh, you could create a diamond with the pressure.
Nah, dang, that's some talk about growth. You like, bro, I'm about to go to the bottom. Nah, that's 2 miles.
But that's
down?
what it is. Like, you know,
2 miles. That's like just pitch dark.
It's
like
nothing
pitch
down
dark.
there until you realize there's a bunch of life forms down there. Like those giant squids and all that stuff that's down there. But like, it's like, yo, how do you live down here with no light?
They obviously that dark is they light.
But they're like they've adapted some way. It's like bioluminescent. Like they glow. They can see each other differently. Like they just put
they
like
probably
little,
sense each other too.
Yeah.
Like for sure.
But like you just said, it made me think of something. Like, you know, you got to go to those depths in order to make that diamond.
You definitely gotta mold yourself. Pressure. I swear, like. I've been thinking about this for a long time and talking about it too. Like, you really have to put yourself through intense pressure.
You have to
create growth. Like, it's you do it anyway. Like when you want bigger muscles, you know, you put your muscles through pressure. You work out super hard. Like you go hard, your muscles grow. You want more mind. I mean, you want to be smarter. You put your mind through pressure. You study a lot. You know what I mean? You want to anything you do. When you apply pressure to it, the growth is inevitable. You know what I mean? Just like how the pressure turned a coal into a diamond. Like that's like the perfect metaphor for it.
Yeah, man. And I say for anybody out there, like the thing that they need to do is go deep, go inward, and figure out who they are.
Right.
And realize that it's an evolving process.
Right. It is.
So who you are isn't necessarily your job. It's not a title, you know, it's just your deeds you do out in the world.
For real, like sometimes I just be thinking like like we're all just out here playing this game, you know. And I'm like, man, this isn't even us. Like we're just supposed to be doing what we want. You know what I mean? Being us, expressing ourselves, you know what I mean? Like so it's just like being mindful of not taking this reality super duper serious. You know what I mean? Like some people, like you said, like you're not your job title. Like you know what I mean? Like some people really are. I'm
Phil and I'm working accounting and I'm always like, man, but like who are you? Like this job is always gonna be here.
Right.
And like if you die tomorrow, they say if you die tomorrow, they're gonna like they're not gonna grieve for you. They're gonna put position available.
And they're gonna
so
hire
it's just
somebody.
like that can like you can be replaced.
Right.
So Phil from accounting, who are you? Like
right. And you know, coming out here to LA, I'm from West Virginia, and I lived a big part of my life in Ohio too. I've noticed that a lot of people, a lot of younger people as well, are starting to do that, doing what they want, being like making what they love their job. You know what I mean? Like you got people selling food, setting up food, and making crystal necklaces and making soaps, lotion. You got so many people just creating out here, t-shirt, clothing line, like artists, comics. Like I feel like that's where the world is going to, where like it's just going to switch to where everybody's working, but their work is what they do, and everybody's thriving because everybody's supporting everybody. You know
so
what
it's
I
like
mean?
everybody's eating because we keep supporting one another.
Exactly.
So if the bigger the community is, you know somebody who like I make soaps, like you said, then it's like, oh, okay, no, I'm not gonna go online or to this big store. I know such and such make soaps. So I'm gonna get some from them.
And then they got the incense, and then just imagine if like it was like 2,000 people, and we, you know, within 2,000 people, just so imagine how many different businesses there was, and then imagine if it was just like on a collective book, like it was just a community, and you like, wait, hold up, the Night Show podcast is going on. That this time you can call them for this, or you can get some shirts made. You know, the homie makes shirts or whatever, and we got their number right there, they business, and like it's just like everybody support everybody, and then that turns into everything we buy because there's somebody that like to do everything. You know what I mean? And
there'll always be folks who don't necessarily want to or know exactly what they want to do for a while. So like as they're, you know, out doing their thing, whatever, working in accounting, doing other thing. But I mean, that can be a job. If they like that job, that's cool. But then like if they still want to be in that community and like, hey man, we all need to keep track of this stuff. So maybe you can be our accountant. Right?
Exactly. You can be like that. Like, shoot, you don't know. You just like doing secretary work, and you don't necessarily want to own your own firm or whatever. It's like, well, so and so own a printing shop, and they need a secretary. Like,
okay, cool.
Right.
And if like that position changes, then you can just bounce in between.
Right.
Like that's what you want to do. But you know, you got to make it. You incentivize it, and you make it where it's like a less stress than like whatever job. I mean, some people just they're so good at those jobs where like. You are not like me being a secretary. I'm like, I couldn't do that job. I could do it, but it's not something I want to do. But some people love doing that. They love talking to people and like helping them
organizing,
and stuff like that. Like you need people for those jobs. So if that's what they want to do, then you know the community, the positive community that we're trying to build right now. Like we still need those folks.
And it's just like keeping the love in it. Like I see like businesses getting more love, kind of like how like things are on like TV and like kid shows and cartoons or whatever. Like you look at the TV show and you're like, oh, that's silly, you know, but like their whole community, they have love. Like the businesses, they know each other. They're calling each other by their name. You know what I mean? It's not like just so. It's like basically what I'm trying to rule by the money. It's like the money come first and then the people come second. Like,
but I mean, there's so many even larger companies that are realizing they're like, oh, we're running our people in the ground. Like we need to treat them better, and not in some like just very top layer, surface level way. Like we need to let them know that the culture of this company is people first. Yeah. So if that is like more time off, or you know, like, and even like in like Europe, I was talking to one guy, and he's like, yeah, man, we get 3 months off. What? And it's like, yeah, and it's like sometimes it's paid, blah blah blah. And I'm like, a year? You get 3 months off a year? It's like, hey, man, we just, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you know, and then maternity leave's paid for, and this, that, and the other. It's small stuff like that will make people work at like a family business who aren't even in their family for like years.
It's like, because it's all just like a recipe, like literally like whatever you put in is what you're getting out. And like, you putting in that much love, that automatically make you want to stay. You like, wait, hold up. Wait, hold up. I ain't necessarily want to work at this store my whole life, but I mean, that feel good. Like 3 months plus the paid, and like, that's what you get. And then when you have companies who's low key trying to screw the employees over, you know, you know, how is their work ethic? Most of the time those employees are like, they don't care about the job, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If the workplace is treating you right, those are the type of workers that's going to really treat your business right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's
because they're invested.
You
know?
I even seen something like that online. I didn't really do too much research into it, but I did read somewhere like in one of these other countries, I think one of them in like Africa or whatever, they let some of their kids, when they're tired in school, they let them take a nap.
Yeah.
And they're like, because if they're tired, they're not going to function
Yeah,
well
they'll function
anyway.
anyway, yeah.
And so they let their students and stuff take a nap when they're tired, and their scores and everything have just like always up to par. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're doing great in school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that just makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
And like growing up in these type of schools, you know, it's the complete opposite. Well, at least when I was in school, you know, if you go to sleep, man, the teacher's on you. Like,
it's
get up. Like,
you're
forcing.
getting up.
Yeah.
Go to ISS.
Yeah.
Like, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're punishing them for, like, something they can't physically.
Yeah. They're like, they're falling asleep. They're tired. You know,
Yeah.
we are tired, you know? So it's like, that makes sense. That's the love, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then now the kid is feeling good, took a little nap.
Exactly.
Now they're going to do their best.
Yeah. They're going to perform better anyway. Because, I mean, to go back on the trauma thing, like, you don't know why that kid's asleep. Like, there's something might be going on at home.
Right.
And they just, you know, they're not in their environment where they can sleep.
Right.
So maybe the only place they, you know, obviously you got to go to school. So it's like maybe the only place they can get some rest and feel comfortable enough to try and get some rest is school.
Right.
So instead, like, maybe sometimes you got to pull that kid to the side.
And talk to him.
Talk to him like, hey, man, is everything okay? And, like, actually, like give a damn.
Yeah.
When you talking to
For
him.
real. Like, actually hold space. That's what I've been seeing lately a lot. That's just all we need to do, like, in the current moment. Not all we need to do, but a big thing we need to do is just hold space for everybody and hold space for people and surround ourselves with people that hold space for us, you know, because we are all just healing. You know, we do got times when we feeling some type, you know, but when you're talking to somebody and you feel like you being heard, that automatically like almost heals that whole little thing, you know, because you let it out.
Yeah.
You feel like somebody's heard you out. Somebody's like, damn, man, somebody's showing empathy for you, you know.
They be a perfect stranger.
It could be a perfect stranger. It's happened so many times to me. People just come talk to me.
Yeah, man.
And then they just start talking and they start telling their whole life. Like, the conversation just started. Now they letting go and then boom, boom, and emotions and stuff. And then it's just like, at the end of the convo, you could just tell, like, something has been lifted, like, off their shoulder. You can tell, like, they released and a lot healed. You know what I mean? It's just like, so that's what we all just need to do. Hold space for each other. Be compassionate. Non-judgment.
Yeah. Yo, man. That's so real. That's so real. And it's crazy how, like, you can just meet somebody that is a stranger, and all of a sudden you can just have a conversation with them for hours.
For real.
And just, like, boom. It's some of the deepest conversations you'll probably have ever. Like, dang, I really remember this person. Like,
for real.
That, like, they saw me.
Yeah.
And I saw them.
And then it was organic, everything. And then,
not forced. It was just real.
Just real.
And you can't fake that, man. Like, and if you went to a job like that where every day you got there and they saw you, you know, people like, oh, hey, how's it going? Like, oh, I'm good. How are you? And you keep going. It's like, hey, man, how's it going? Like, well, blah, blah, blah. And then not to, like, bog down people in their day or whatever, but at the same time, it's like, you want to make sure. Because a lot of people just walking around with hurt.
Yeah. It's a lot of people just walking around hurt.
You can just see it in them. Like, they carry it around like luggage.
It is like luggage, and you can tell it's heavy. Like,
Damn.
you can definitely tell, like, it's a lot of people that need. That's what I'm just saying. Like, we all just need to hold space because it's a lot of us out here that need to heal. You know what I mean? Of course, you don't have to, like, if people are starting to, if you feel like you're getting emotionally vomited on a lot, of course you could take space to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. That's when you're like,
you
all
gotta
right,
have your boundaries, you know, like, I can't do this today, like, not right now, of course, but a lot of us just want to be heard and just want to be healed, you know, like, for real, like, to the fullest extent. And I feel like we all should just allow that to happen.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, you've been doing it at your shop down at
you talking about the open mic?
Yeah, the open mic, yeah. That's definitely a way for people to get out there and to just purge.
We feel like that's what me and my homie Mango Marcus, me and him host the open mic at Tribal Cafe in the Echo Park area. We always say that all the time, like it's just like therapy. Come up here, practice your craft.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Practice your craft. If you artist, comic, poet, you know, even if you just want to talk, you know, practice your craft. Get on the mic. You know what I mean? And a lot of people put their things they need to heal from or their things they are healing from in their craft. You know what I mean? Comics, for sure. Like, comics, you can, for sure, they talk about their life all the time.
Oh, dude,
like,
there's some of the most, like, self-abusive people that you'll ever see, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're so sensitive.
Yeah.
You know, people think that, like, comics are, like, nothing hurts them and nothing bothers them, but they're, like, the most... Like,
they are the most,
the most fragile people.
Right. They are the most sensitive because for sure, man, being a comedian, I well, probably just because I do music, but it wasn't my natural forte, but I think it's hard. Like, they just up there talking and just drawing laughs out of people. Like, you gotta.
It's hard.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and it's really like, it's kind of a hypnosis once you get in the rhythm of it, where people are like, okay, cool. Yeah. But at the same time, like, I'm gonna tell you these dark things from my past, or these kind of like messed up stuff, whatever it is. But I'm a like put it in a way where it's comical.
It's comical, and
because if you were to read what a comedian said, you know, from start to finish, just like blankly without any context. Like, oh my God, what's wrong with this person? Like damn, something's wrong with it.
For real. Nah, that's so real. That's so.
It's just like lyrics to like a song is like without the context and not without like the information, the historical information. Then like you don't have any context with it. It just seems like somebody's just like being angry for no reason or sad for no reason or whatever.
And it seems that it doesn't really matter what the content is if it's coming from a place of truth and what's real for that creator. Yeah. You can feel it. Yeah. You know what I mean? You feel when it's really real. Yeah. You're like, oh shit, like damn, that was real. Like
you can't fake the vibe,
you cannot fake the vibe. Like but yeah, man, just that's what I think about when I make music. Is just like is this me? Like, I know it's me because I'm creating it, but you know, you get in a sense of sometimes you start to create and start to think about what would other people like, you know?
Yeah, and I understand that. Yeah, I totally get that.
And it's like, okay, it's like a balance. You gotta keep that in your mind to a certain extent, but at the same time, just do you. People like you for you, you know what I mean? That's why people like you, you know what I mean?
I think the more true you are to yourself, the more people will actually start to love or hate you. Yeah. But even what they say, even hate is just misunderstood love.
Yeah, so, exactly. Yeah. Like they say, all press is good press or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's the same thing, you know.
Right.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Damn.
Yeah. Shoot, man. Hey, thanks for letting me come in your space.
Oh, bro, thanks for coming in the space, coming to see where I kick it, in my dojo. Yo, you know what I mean?
I love it. I love it.
My dojo. I
love it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. This is nice, man. We definitely gonna have to. Man, I'm glad, man. I'm gonna definitely watch a lot more of your podcasts and everything,
man.
Thanks,
man. I appreciate you being part of this whole journey too, man.
I'm glad to connect and grow, man, and put in work, bro. You know what I mean?
Too, man. Hey, tell folks where they can get your music.
Oh yeah. So you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at SunRise the Divine. That's SunRisetHedivine. And that's the same thing on my SoundCloud, SunRise the Divine. I'm mostly going to be releasing a lot of music off of SoundCloud and then probably a couple other sources later. But for now, mostly just hit up my IG. I'm going to have all the connects to my music through my SoundCloud on there. And yeah, that's it. I got a lot of new tracks I've been working on. They're going to be released here real soon. They're almost done cooking up in the kitchen, so I'm really excited. I've been waiting patiently, you know. I've been being real patient, so yeah, I'm excited to share my artwork with the world, you know.
Like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. Thanks again, man.
No doubt.
Thanks everybody for listening.
Yes.
See y'all out there.
Yes. Take it easy.
Night show.
Peace and love. Yeah.